Hey fragrance family, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be able to share with you guys a first for me. I was tagged in a video by Chris from Casual Fragrances to participate in a fragrance collection tag. So first I want to thank Chris. Thank you so much for tagging me. I love your videos, I love your content. You have a great collection. He and I met last year. He's a stand-up guy, and just keep doing what you're doing, brother. Really appreciate it. With that being said, I want to tag a few reviewers. First, I want to tag Renee from Mr. Zayas 81. I'd like to also tag Olia from Scent Menu. I want to tag Troy from Troy D247 Mall, and Steven from Radolescence. So guys, please feel free to participate in this tag video. I would love to see your content and the answers to your questions. So moving forward, I want to go ahead and answer the 13 questions for this tag video. I'll post the answers down below in the description box so you guys can see them. So starting with the first question, it is, what is the newest fragrance in your collection? And that is going to come from the house of Widian, and this is Liwa. So Liwa I just picked up. A lot of people correlate Liwa to Maison Francis Kurkdjian Baccarat Rouge 540. Yeah, I guess I can see that kind of somewhat similarity, but this goes in a different direction. This is about the jasmine and the bergamot and the artemisia. This is really about the saffron though. This is about that saffron, amber, vanilla, and it has a sort of similarity to Oud for Greatness from Initio Parfums mixed with Baccarat Rouge 540 or BR 540 from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. But this goes in a little bit of a sweeter direction with a very almost like spicy floral nuance to it. It's really good. I actually think this is far better than Baccarat Rouge 540. The longevity on this is beast mode. It lasts over 12 hours on my skin. It's really great. It's got touches of sandalwood and cedar in there, a little bit of incense in the base, but really what I get is that saffron and the resinous qualities from the amber. It's really great. And I love the bottle designs. The bottles of Widian's are very high quality. They're very heavy glass, and they're just well constructed. The next question is, what is the oldest fragrance in your collection? And this is gonna come from Ralph Lauren, and this is Vintage Polo Green. This is literally a hairy, like an 80s hairy chested man in a bottle. This is so damn good. If you guys are fans of Fougieres, classical Fougere fragrances, 80s barbershop fragrances, this is literally the epitome of that in a bottle. This is all about that oak moss, those green accords, the basil, those aromatic spicy accords. This is so well done. I wish that Ralph Lauren didn't reformulate this, because the newer formulation smells almost nothing like this. I mean, it has similarities, but it doesn't smell as good. This lasting power is absurd. This lasts over 14 hours on my skin. I wore this to work one day, and I oversprayed, and it was a bit of a mistake because it took up the room. Apparently, back in the day, they didn't mess around with those formulations because those were beast mode fragrances back then. This one is a beast mode, but it is so well done, completely classical, and a great Fougere. The next fragrance is, what is the most expensive fragrance in your collection? This one comes from one of my favorite houses. This is from the house of Roja Parfums, and this is Haute Luxe. I'm sorry guys about the reflection there, you can see my reflection. So Haute Luxe comes from the Haute Luxe collection from Roja Parfums. I don't really have a way to describe this in a very eloquent way. This is just so damn good. This is so good. This is classy refinement, luxury sophistication in a pretty bottle. This is all about that rose de mai, and the jasmine, and the other florals like violet, and the cinnamon, and cedar, and amber, and vanilla. And there's just so many notes compacted into this one composition. It's hard to actually go and list them all out. But this is literally the most luxurious fragrance I can think of ever. And if you can just take a look, guys, at that bottle, there's little tiny gold flakes floating around. You really don't get more luxurious than that. This is a very special occasion fragrance. I only wear this when I want to smell really special and remember an occasion by something that's truly unique. I can guarantee you, if you wear this, nobody else will smell like you. It is just incredibly well composed. The next one is what is the most affordable fragrance in your collection, and that comes from Azzaro, and this is Azzaro Polo. Now, Azzaro Polo is it's a barbershop fougere to the T. I mean, it really, that's what it is. It's a very well done and very simplistic barbershop fougere. This is about the clary sage and the berries, or the juniper berries and the basil and the oak moss, the geranium, the tonka bean. It's got all of that in there. It's got some amber. It's got some other things going on there. But this is truly a barbershop fougere. If you want something to wear to work, a non-offensive, a light fragrance, but also a standout, something that will have a classical but classy feel, Azzaro Polo is where it's at. It's really great. The next question is, what is your dumb reach fragrance? A dumb reach fragrance is something that you reach for when you just don't know what to wear. You browse your whole collection, you don't know what to go for, so you always go for this dumb reach. And this is going to come from one of my favorite houses, from the house of fragrance du Bois. This is called Sahraa Oud. So, I'm sorry for the reflection there, guys. Sahraa Oud is, I don't know how to describe this one because it's really that good. This is like, I'm not exaggerating, but this is one of the most exquisite, perfect, phenomenal smelling fragrances I have ever put my nose on, period. I mean, it's that good. This is all about the jasmine and the moss in the top, with some of those florals. I think there's rose or geranium in there. But really, what this dries down to is this creamy, luxurious, like velvety, amber, patchouli, vanillic, beautiful masterpiece that is so sexy and so refined. And the lasting power on this one is beast mode. I mean, I get over 10 hours on this one. And with a lot of fragrance du Bois, I only get about 3 to 4 hours, sometimes 5. This one is perfect. It's sexy, it's eloquent, it's refined, it's understated, but also will be unique. People will not smell like you when you wear this particular composition. It's so damn good. I love this one. So when I don't know what to reach for, I go for a fragrance du Bois Sahraa Oud. My favorite bottle design, and this is a tough one because in my collection there's a lot of houses that I love the bottle designs, from Roja to Fragrance du Bois to Widian to by Kilian. I mean, the list goes on and on. But this particular bottle design comes from my favorite house, and this is the Italian house of Xerjoff. So this example of this particular bottle is Bagoum. If I'm saying that incorrectly, my apologies. But Bagoum is a great example of how Xerjoff has exquisite bottle designs to their compositions. It's an oval-shaped, really sexy, really almost like silky design here. And in this particular fragrance, this is coming from the 1717 Stone collection. You can see that has a really pretty stone in the center. The caps are heavy metal, so they're high quality. The glass is really thick and high quality. I mean, you just don't get better than that. It's really well done. I love it. It's sexy and it's refined. It's a statement piece. It's a statement maker. The next question is, what is the smallest bottle in your collection? This is kind of cute. This is coming from a San Francisco Bay perfumer from an indie niche house, from the house of Mirus Fine Fragrances, and this is the Elysian Fields. So the Elysian Fields, yeah, it's great. The Elysian Fields is a classic fougere. It is a very, very classic fougere. This has reminiscence and similarities to Houbegan's Fougere Royale X-Straight, the X-Straight version, but in a more understated version, in a more subtle and subdued version. This is all about that geranium and lavender and oak moss and tonka bean. It's got a very classical feel to it, but the lasting power on this is beast mode. It's very lasting, it's very long lasting. It's an extrait de parfum, so I only spray about maybe 1 or 2 sprays on each side of my neck, and it lasts all day. It really is. The price point is about $65 or $70, which sounds expensive for a 15 ml bottle, but for what you're getting with 1 or 2 sprays, it'll last you all day, so this bottle actually lasts you quite a long time. So the next question is, what is the biggest bottle in your collection? I don't have a lot of like huge bottles, like 200 ml bottles. I don't have like 500 mLs or those big, I don't know what you call them, but those big 500 ml bottles from like Kilian or Roja. But this is coming from the house of YSL, and this is Tuxedo. So Tuxedo is part of their exclusive designer collection. It's more of like exclusive luxury designer. It's not designer and it's not niche. It kind of borders both territories. But this one is so good. I mean, this one is so damn good. This is patchouli. This is spices. I love this one. This is violet leaf and black pepper. It's really sexy. It's versatile. You're not going to offend anyone. I can almost guarantee you, if you wear this one, you will garner compliments. People around you will love it. Wear it on a date, wear it at the office, wear it in a nice wedding or event. It's going to be useful in any occasion. Definitely something that you can wear all year round. It's fantastic. Longevity is okay, it's moderate. It's about 6 to 8 hours, but it does the job quite well. So the next question is, what fragrance has the most or best memory association? So what fragrance gives you the most memories? And that one was pretty easy for me. This is coming from the house of Tom Ford, and this is a discontinued fragrance, unfortunately. This is Italian Cypress. This is the vintage edition. And jeez. This is so good. Tom Ford Italian Cypress reminds me of my father. And when I want to smell what my father smelled like, especially when he was going out for dinners and nice events or a special occasion, he would often wear a special kind of aftershave or the few colognes he had in his rotation. And they were almost always a classical, almost barbershop fougere kind of a scent profile, and he would walk through the house and I would smell it on him, and this immediately brings me back to smelling that perfume or that aftershave on him. And this is just so damn refined and elegant. It's really, 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 really good. I don't know why Tom Ford discontinues some of their best scents. I have no idea. But this is all about that citrus, that bright citrus, and that basil, that mint, and the cypress. That's what I get from this. That's really earthy, almost like bitter, but really sharp cypress with the basil and the woodsy accords. It's really, really fantastic. This actually happens to be one of my favorite fragrances in my whole collection. I love it. And the lasting power on this is fantastic. I get over 10 hours. It's just such a shame they discontinued this one. I don't know why, but anyway, that's the one that brings me the most memories. The next one is, what fragrance was worth the hype for you? And this one was tough because there are a lot of fragrances in our community and on YouTube that get hyped a lot. Some are winners and some don't do so well. But at the end of the day, I had to choose one, and I went with from the house of by Kilian, and this is, sorry guys, you can see the reflection, Straight to Heaven Extreme. So Straight to Heaven Extreme, yeah, it's great. I love it. It's great. Straight to Heaven Extreme is straight to heaven, but amped up. So they took the best, in my opinion, the best parts of it, and they amped up those boozy accords. Really, that like boozy rum cedar accords, and they just amped it up to 11, and it's just so damn good. This is patchouli and jasmine and vanilla, but what you get really the most is that like really sexy rum. If you guys love boozy fragrances, don't look any further than Straight to Heaven Extreme. This is like, you don't have to. Yes, Nasamaro, Veranda, and other ones have boozy qualities. Parfums de Marley Herod is boozy, true, but no one does it better than by Kilian Straight to Heaven Extreme. My only gripe with it is its lasting power is very average. I get about 3 to 4 hours, if that. Unfortunately, on my skin, by Kilians don't last very long. I get about 3 to 4 hours, and then it's a skin scent. But for what it's worth, it's really awesome. So on the converse, or the contrary, the next question is, what fragrance was not worth the hype? Oh boy. So, it's not Creed Aventus, if that was your guess, but it comes from the same house. So this is going to be Creed Millesime Imperial. So why don't I love this fragrance? Why isn't it worth the hype? Well, yeah, it's okay. It's meh. It's just a nice fragrance. It's sea salty. There's watermelon there. There's some bergamot. There's some orange and maybe some florals in the Maid of the Heart. But that's it. You don't get anything that's unique, nothing special, nothing that's gonna blow your mind. It's a nice, sort of aquatic, fruity, somewhat woodsy fragrance, and its lasting power is garbage. I get 2 hours on skin and then it's gone. I can't even smell it. For the price point, it is not worth the retail price at all. If you can find this for a really good price in a discounter or on the Facebook groups, sure, grab it. If you want a nice dumb reach in the summertime, something that will be mass appealing, yeah, grab this one. But was it worth the hype? Hell no, not at all. So, moving on, the next question is, what fragrance is your favorite fragrance from your favorite fragrance house? And this was really tough. This was the toughest question for me because I have so many fragrances in my collection that I absolutely adore and I love and I just think are magical. But at the end of the day, I had to pick one. So I went with my favorite fragrance house and my favorite fragrance from that house, which comes from the Italian house of Xerjoff, and this is Xerjoff Symphonium. So Symphonium I did talk about during my Xerjoff exclusives video. I don't know if I gave it enough props or if I really gave it enough love in terms of how special this one is for me. I might do a separate review on this one because it is that special. This one is exclusive, so it is hard to find. But if you can get your nose on this one, guys, please, please get your nose on this one. This is all about I just can't explain it. What it does to me, it's just like, it makes me giddy. I have a smile on my face every time I smell it or wear it. It's just that good. This is all about that bright, juicy mandarin orange mixed with that sensual Belgian chocolate and the oud. And the oud isn't a skanky oud. It has a slight skankiness in the opening, but then it almost immediately transitions to this creamy, like unctuous oud that's supported with this sweet vanilla. It's unworldly, it's unbelievable, and it's breathtaking. Let me go ahead and spray this on just so I can remind myself what it smells like. there's nothing. Speechless. That's what I am. I'm speechless. If you're a gourmand lover, guys, this is it. This is the end all be all of gourmands. Yes, Italica is unbelievably amazing, and there are other gourmands. But if you are a gourmand lover, this is the holy grail. And the lasting power is phenomenal. I get over 14 to 16 hours. It lasts all day. In fact, I can still smell this one on my skin the next day. And it's truly a compliment getter. It's versatile. It's special. And the bottle design is completely gorgeous. Look at that centerpiece there. That black and white, creamy stone in the middle. What else should I say about it besides that? It's fantastic. And last but not least, what fragrance have you used the most of? And this was tough because we as fragrance collectors often have a rather large collection, or we rotate fragrances daily, so we don't always spray the same thing on day after day and week after week. But I had to think and pick one. So I thought to myself, what was the fragrance that I reach for more often than not? What have I gone through more often than not? And what fragrance have I used the most juice of? And I finally narrowed it down to one, and this comes from the house of Xerjoff, and this is none other than the Xerjoff Neo. So Xerjoff Neo is a fragrance that I don't need to spend a lot of time on. It's been talked about so much, but it deserves the hype, guys. It deserves the praise. There's a reason why it's one of Xerjoff's best sellers. That nutmeg and the pink pepper, the woodsy accords with that guaiac wood and the vetiver with those really bright citrus orangey notes at the top. It's sexy, it's versatile, it's unique, it's classy. It's also understated, so when you spray it on, you're not going to fill a room up, so you won't be obnoxious, but you will garner compliments, you will make a statement, you will have people remember you by this fragrance. It's special, it's really, really, really good. Its lasting power for a citrus fragrance, especially in high heat, is remarkably excellent. It lasts over 8 to 10 hours on my skin, which is almost unheard of. It's just really fantastic, guys, and I love it. That's all I can say about it. It's that good. So that concludes my tag video, guys. Let me know down below in the comments what you thought of this video. What questions were you the most interested in, and which question did you find the most interesting? If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell for any future videos, content, and giveaways. As always, I really appreciate you guys sticking around and watching my content. And as always, be safe and be kind to one another. And thank you so much, guys. Take care.